Bosni i Hercegovini su krajem marta boravili novinari iz Armenije i Azerbejdžana s ciljem upoznavanja sa istorijom nastanka, toka i rješenja konflikta u našoj zemlji, a kako bi usvojili iskustva koja bi se mogla primijeniti za konačno rješenje problema na području Nagorno Karabaha. Nagorno Karabah je, podsjećamo, teritoriji Republike Azerbejdžan, ali je de facto, nakon oružanog sukoba koji je trajao od 1988. do 1994. godine, pod kontrolom susjedne Armenije, odnosno na ovom području je proglašena nezavisna republika. Ni ovaj konflikt, kao ni bosansko-hercegovački, nije prošao bez mnoštva ubijenih, izbjeglih i raseljenih i ostalih nedaća.
We have approximately 1 million refugees and IDPs, including the people who fled from Azerbaijanis, who fled from Armenia in 1988, starting from that time. They are refugees, a lot of, and including the people who fled from the Karabakh, Azerbaijan.
There were also 500,000 Armenians who fled from Azerbaijan. Actually, I myself is a former refugee from Baku. Yeah, I fled from Baku during the pogroms there in January 1990.
People still live in the camps, like refugee or IDPs camps. The government, they make some steps, some measures to improve the conditions of these IDPs, and they done a lot of work, millions of dollars were just spent for that purposes. But until now, I think I'm not good in numbers, I don't remember that, but a lot of people, they still live in the camps. Some of them live, you know, in the very, very old houses, just waiting, then the problem will be solved and then will come back to their homes, to Karabakh.
Diplomatska nastojanja da se riješi problem Nagorno Karabaha, ali i okolnih zona, što je oko 20% teritorije Azerbejdžana, traju 20-ak godina.
In the returning of land in Azerbaijan society, we don't have any differences. And government and people, they consider that the land must be returned. They don't have any other view of this problem. And government and people, because population of Azerbaijan 9 million and we have 1 million refugees. It is a very big number for a little country. Its topic is how to return this land, by war or by peace. And in this question, the society is maybe have different view. Why? The people who consider that by peace we can return this land, they say yes, okay, we need to communicate, we need to discuss this topic, and we need to by peacefully return this land. But other side, who don't believe it, give argument that 20 years passed and by peace you will not return this land. And why you need to discuss this question? And because it's very difficult, I cannot say the opinion of all Azerbaijani, but that person who I know, my friend, maybe my colleague, they don't believe that by peace Azerbaijan can return this land.
In Armenian perception, the notion of peace is something different. It's not through the war, for sure.
U Armeniji, tvrde tamošnji novinari, postoji razlika između vox populija i onoga što propagiraju vlasti.
Interest of people is different and interest of officials is different. Because officials in our country, government and member of government in our country, they are very rich people and they are making big money. Their interest is to make this money to stay in oligarch system, and the war is not their interest, but they want people to be afraid, always be afraid of war.
Government is more, in my mind, concerned about their authority, concerned about their power, keep their powers, so they often just play the games, that play the propaganda games actually. People mostly want to live in peace.
Our president, he said, we can't live with each other because of our blood, because of our genetika.
Za razliku od postratnog stanja u Bosni i Hercegovini, na području Nagorno Karabaha još uvijek zvecka oružje. Više od 200 osoba je poginulo na liniji razgraničenja nakon formalnog završetka rata 1994. godine.
We have a front line We are too much weapon in our region now, and the weapon become more and more.
We don't have contact for a long time, and for us to learn other conflicts which was in Europe, in other countries, it really will help us.
Main issue is how can we avoid war, new war.
How was solved the problem of refugees? How was solved the problem of people who fight with each other? How these people live together? It is really necessary to learn in our nations, because if tomorrow we will achieve the peace with Armenian side, we need to learn how we need to live together, because for a long time we don't have any contact with Armenian side. We have the border, and in border stay soldiers.
Bilo je neminovno poređenje težine postkonfliktnog stanja u Bosni i Hercegovini i onog na širem području Nagorno Karabaha.
Maybe you couldn't solve the conflict for 100%, but you live in one land, you live in one country, and the people, they really can communicate. They can decide, should they just to communicate with each other between the communities, the Bosnian, I don't know, the Serbian or Croatian. In other case, I think if you are asking about what is more complicated, in other case we are absolutely separated by a front line. So the two sides of our conflict, they can't see each other, only on some neutral territory, on some third country, but they can't visit each other countries. The people still shooting each other, so it's such kind of, on the front line, of course. So it's still, the conflict still lasts and it wasn't solved. In your case, it was solved, just the war is over and now you are trying to build a new society, new common society.
Больше мира или меньше мира немного сложно судить, но, видимо, Босния и Герцеговина, наверное, в большей степени находится в центре внимания мировой общественности. Боятся и не любят друг друга люди, по-моему, везде одинаково.
I feel that the people here want to be diplomatic, and at times I had an impression that they do not tell everything in their minds, not to hurt the other side. That's great. That's actually a positive thing.
Novinari sa obje strane, i Azeri i Armeni, iz Bosne i Hercegovine žele ponijeti iskustva i ideje koje mogu biti primijenjene na Južnom Kavkazu. To je bio primarni cilj organizatora posjete azerskih i armenskih novinara Bosni i Hercegovini.
Mi smo ih namjerno vodili na mjesta koja su imala tešku prošlost, kao što je Prijedor, kao što je Mostar, kao što je, svi znamo, Srebrenica. Zbog toga što oni su već upoznati i znaju šta je bivalo na tim područjima. Međutim, htjeli smo da im pokažemo da i uprkos svemu što se dešavalo u prošlosti, ljudi danas u tim gradovima na neki način nalaze mogućnosti da sarađuju i da se kreću ka budućnosti. Znači, niko ne želi da zaboravi prošlost, ali u svakom slučaju mi i dalje moramo da nađemo načine kako da živimo.
Они вернутся в свои редакции, в свои страны, в свои общества и продолжат, скорее всего, делать то, что они делали.
Например, касательно преподавания истории конфликта. Стороны пришли к такому мнению, что не стоит затрагивать эту тему.
Bosnu i Hercegovinu su krajem marta također posjetile Armenke i Azerbejdžanke, majke i udovice ubijenih vojnika u pograničnim sukobima. Posjetile su neka mjesta koja simboliziraju stradanja iz ovdašnjeg rata.
They have seen the war. They had a lot of victims during that time, during the war. And that's why I think the majority, they don't want, the war happens again, the victims, pain, suffer.
Činjenice da je šire područje Nagorno Karabaha omeđeno rovovima, da dvije strane međusobno ne kontaktiraju, da se na liniji razdvajanja još uvijek dešavaju ubistva, dobra je osnova za zaključak da možemo biti zadovoljni postratnom normalizacijom odnosa u Bosni i Hercegovini. S tim se zaključkom slažu i novinari iz Armenije i Azerbejdžana. Koliko god bosansko-hercegovačkoj, ali i javnosti regiona bilo nevjerovatno, kolege su napustile Bosnu i Hercegovinu sa neskrivenim divljenjem, ali i sa željom da se u njihovim zemljama normalizuje stanje po BH uzoru.
They had a lot of victims during the war. They don't want the war happens again. They don't want victims. They don't want pain, suffer.